By intentionally decluttering your space and your physical possessions, you create a mind space that is unburdened by unnecessary distractions, even if you have a few distractions that are here still. This newfound clarity allows you to focus on what truly matters and allows you to unlock a level of brain space and of the human experience that you haven't experienced before. Minimalism allows you to reduce the overwhelm in your life and savor the present moment, experiencing a more enriching life for yourself. Hey, I'm Healthy Emmie. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Emmie, and while I am a nutritionist and a weight loss specialist, and a lot of my content does revolve around that, I am a passionate lifestyle enthusiast. I love minimalism. I love simple living, organization, clean, natural, fulfilled living, and so I love talking about that as well. If you are interested in living a life of heightened health and wellness, then click the subscribe button. It's so important to note that minimalism is a highly individualized journey. And one of the most beautiful aspects of it is its subjectivity. What is a 6 to me is a 9 to you, meaning that what I view as minimalism is going to be different from what you view as minimalism, and that is okay. You don't have to be somebody that just has one fork and one spoon. You don't have to go to the extremes here. Instead, use this video and the concept of minimalism to simplify your life in a way that feels comfortable for you, and know that this can be a gradual process. You don't have to get rid of everything right this moment and have one shirt, one spoon, and one pair of shoes. If you want to do that, go for it. Be my guest. But please know that this is going to be a journey that is going to be rewarding, exciting, and go at the pace that you feel comfortable with, creating a life that you want. Minimalism, counterintuitively, is supposed to add to your life, not supposed to stress you out. So here are the items you can consider getting rid of today. Duplicate kitchen utensils. You don't need 2 can openers. You can donate your duplicates. Receipts. There are plenty of apps where you can take a photo of your receipt and get rid of it. Duplicate or obsolete cords. How many cords do you have and you have absolutely no idea what it connects to? Whatever cord you might need in the future, you can get on Amazon and it can be at your house the next day. You don't need to keep all of these if you have no idea what they even go to. Old magazines and newspapers. This form of communication is becoming obsolete, and what you can get from a newspaper, you surely can get online. Clothes you haven't worn in the past year. From a fashion lover herself, I know how difficult this is, but we have to be honest with ourselves. If we haven't worn it in the past year, we're probably not going to wear it in the next year. Unused or broken electronics. We all have that bin or that cabinet that has a bunch of junk in it, and that can be recycled. Unread books. If you've already read it and you don't have a library, then donate it to a library, put it in a little library, or donate it to a literacy program. Unused and expired cosmetics. On the back of your makeup, there should be a little number, and that number tells you how many months from the open date it is good for. If it's been longer than that amount of months, time to get rid of it. Expired pantry items. Dig through your pantry, look through the expiration dates, and get rid of the things that might make you sick. Shoes that you haven't worn in the past year. Again, if you haven't worn them in the past year, you're probably not going to wear them in the next. Donate them to somebody who needs them. Unused and mismatched containers in your kitchen. We all have it. You got the bottoms, you got the lids, they don't match up. Let's just get rid of them, donate them, and get a fresh new set of ones that have the lid connected to the bottom so you can keep it nice and structured and organized. Expired medication. It is no longer safe to use. Dispose of it properly at a site. Do not flush it down the toilet. Extra bed linens. I know that at my parents' house, there is a cabinet that has a bunch of bed linens in it that they never get used. They take up space and they can be donated to a women's shelter or to a pet shelter where they often need extra blankets for the pets. Excess towels and washcloths. I recently donated a few of my towels because I had 7 or 8 towels, but I was really only using 3 or 4 of them. So I donated the extras to a pet shelter. Unused sports equipment. When was the last time you used that soccer ball or that basketball? Maybe you had kids that have grown. Could you donate it to a school or to the rec center? Outgrown or unused children's toys. If you had children or if your children are no longer using certain toys, they can be donated to children's hospitals or to schools. Excess office supplies. Look through your office and see what it is that you're truly not using. Where can it go? Can it be recycled, or could it be donated to a school or to a charity? Old or unused toiletries. I know that back in the day I'd have lotions and I'd have just potions that were in my bathroom that I never honestly used. And I had to be honest with myself, and I felt so much better once I got rid of them. Broken jewelry or jewelry that you haven't worn in the past year. You know the drill. Extra hangers. These can be actually brought to the dry cleaners and you can donate them there. Expired food in the fridge or the freezer. I personally do a fridge clean out every single week to make sure that this doesn't happen, but I'm sure there are items in there that are no longer safe to consume. DVDs and CDs. As much as it breaks my heart, the Maroon 5 CD that I bought in the 4th grade, I'm not listening to anymore. It's time to get rid of it. Extra coffee and tea mugs. We have so many. We go to TJ Maxx and we see the cutest ones. If I bought every mug that I truly wanted, I'd be muggy Emmie. How can we narrow it down to the ones that truly bring us joy when we put our morning tea in it? Unused board games. When was the last time you really brought out that game of Monopoly or that game of life? Can you donate it to a charity or to a school? And then if you do get into your board game era anytime soon again, go to Savers, go to a thrift shop. There are plenty of board games there. If you're currently using them, keep using them. But I know that in my household, at home, where my parents live, there are some board games that haven't been touched. Expired pantry spices. Ever wonder why your food just doesn't really have that kick even though you add spices? The spices are probably expired. Unused pet supplies and pet toys. These can be donated to pet shelters. Unused handbags. I know. I'm a fashion lover too. But could it be put to better use for somebody that might not be able to afford it? Extra luggage. Do you have a ton of suitcases that are going unused? Get rid of them. And then if you do have a big trip where you do need a giant suitcase, just consider that to be one of the travel expenses that you got to buy a new suitcase for it. Outdated textbooks. Again, these can be donated. Extra plant pots and gardening supplies. These can be donated to community gardens. Mismatched silverware. This one kills me. I need my silverware to be nice and uniform. And this is something that my dad did recently at their house. Got rid of it. Have one nice set of uniform silverware. And you can buy it for cheap on Amazon. Unused musical instruments. Maybe you had a kid that had a little stint with playing a certain musical instrument. That could be donated to a school. It could be sold too. A lot of musicians like broken or not used musical instruments and they repair it themselves. Cutting boards. Why do houses always have 1,000 cutting boards? Was that just my house? Sure, you might need duplicate ones if you have one, you have meat eaters in your house and you want to cut meat on one and you want to cut fruit and veg on the other. But after that, I think we're good. I don't think we need 10 or 11. I actually was recently buying a cutting board and I was on Amazon and I could buy 2. Or I could buy 1. It was a little bit more, you got more bang for your buck if you bought 2. And then I said, what? No, I don't need 2 of these. I need just 1. And if one's dirty, I just wash it and use it again. I have to be honest with myself. More is not necessarily better. Extra reusable shopping bags. We all have the reusable shopping bags with 100 reusable bags in them. And you only really use the ones that are at the top of the big bag. Let's be honest, how many are you actually using? I'm really excited about my forthcoming videos about minimalism, general mindset tips for beginners, minimalism challenges. So if you made it to this point of the video, comment clear and free because that is the mindset that we are cultivating. And I would love to know too, if you are getting rid of any of the things that I talked about in today's video or you're going to donate them, let me know in the comments. I really look forward to seeing what you're going to free yourself from today. Hit subscribe if you liked this video. I love you, honeys, and I'll see you in my next one.